Have you ever had a conversation with someone who immediately impressed you? He seemed extremely confident and charismatic. He had an almost magnetic attraction to others. What if I told you that after watching this video, you could do the same? In this video, I teach you how to get full control of a conversation. The methods from this video will work in any conversation, whether you're flirting with a girl and want her to stick to you, or you want to confidently negotiate a raise for your boss. By the way, I just used one of the methods, but more on that in a moment. If you want to dominate every conversation in the future, let's get started now. Before we get to the actual conversation methods, we need to focus on the right mindset. You need to have an inner attitude before you can even have a conversation with someone. As strange as it sounds, if you're desperate to dominate a conversation, you're not going to make it. Why? You know those guys who desperately want a girlfriend and are completely desperate? They try spasmodically to impress every woman about them. However, this only makes them look even more desperate. And they make it even harder for themselves to find a girlfriend. It is the same with conversations. If you want to dominate a conversation by hook or by crook, you will become tense, artificial and strange. The person you're talking to will notice this and won't take you seriously. So point number 1, go into the conversation with ease. The following advice will help you if you find this difficult. Think of each interaction as an exercise, not a test. Before an exam, such as in school, we often feel anxious and tense because we want to do well. When we practice, we have nothing to lose, so we feel relaxed. And usually even better than we do on the exam. Point number 2 is your body language. Your interviewer already has an opinion of you before you even start talking. That judgment depends on how you perform. Standing up straight is the easiest way to appear dominant. Straighten your body to appear dominant. Also remember to gesture with your hands during dialogue. Dominant people take up a lot of space and are not afraid to be seen. When you gesture with your hands during conversation, you are clearly expressing that. Third point. Start with a topic. When you start the conversation, you have already set the stage for your communication. You are the one who boldly makes the first move. Together with the right attitude and confident body language, this gives you the upper hand in the conversation. So far, you haven't even used the tricks you use to dominate. Because that's just getting started. First, you should speak more slowly. Close your eyes for a second. Take someone as an example who is also leading and conducting such a dialogue. Is he nervous and talking like a waterfall? Or does he speak quite calmly and quietly? When you speak more slowly, you give your counterpart the impression that you are comfortable and in control of things. The first time you speak, you still feel a little funny. However, your counterpart won't think anything of it. So don't be afraid to use it in your next conversation, and go ahead and do it. You'll soon notice that your dominant demeanor not only makes you look strong to your counterpart, but also makes you feel much better. While you're at it, why not give the video a like? You know, the algorithm and all. This helps us enormously to make more videos for you. Thank you. Moving on. The next point is again something that men like to do wrong. To win a woman over, they constantly agree and support each other's views. Their own judgment falls by the wayside. This comes across as very desperate and as a slap in the face to your own self-esteem, whether you're talking to your girlfriend, your employer or a saleswoman at the supermarket. It doesn't mean you have to express all your thoughts. It just means you have to give an honest answer when someone asks for your opinion, such as when your boss inquires about your satisfaction with the business. And if you don't like the business, you could say something like, "I don't want to sound mean-spirited, but there are some things here I don't like." He will probably ask you what you don't like about the company. He will listen to you and want to know your opinion. If you want to go one better, then touch the person you are talking to. This also works with the boss, but let's take another example. You have a discussion with your colleague. If you put your hand on his shoulder and calmly explain your point of view, he will immediately feel a bit inferior and you will feel a bit stronger than him. At the same time, you should make it look natural. One last point that men also like to get wrong. Don't talk about your successes. What if I had started this video like this? Hey, I'm Rob, I have a YouTube channel with over 40,000 subscribers. Oh, and by the way, I have an Insta channel with over 10,000 subscriptions, and yes, I have reached over 1 million people on TikTok. What a poser, I don't like him. I will not accept anything he tells me. That's what you probably would think about me. To impress people, there is a better method, and that is this. Don't talk about your accomplishments or what you can do. Wait while you have a cool conversation. Wait until your partner asks you. You can also sporadically hint at how cool you really are every few minutes if your conversation partner doesn't prompt you. After that, though, you should immediately change the subject. For example, that's what I did at the beginning of the video. I claimed that I already used a technique. So I briefly demonstrated my skill to you. After that, I just talked about something else. I suppose you were curious about the technique, weren't you? And that was exactly my intention. I got you interested in me, or, in this case, in the video. I managed to do it without seeming arrogant. You can use that to your advantage, exactly. Not responding immediately to requests is another simple but very effective tactic. Imagine someone asks you a pointless question, such as "How was your day?" Don't immediately respond to the question, but instead tell them something else. For example, you could answer, "You know what I just remembered? I was in this place recently." Then tell a short story. Why does this work so well? When your conversation partner asks a question and you answer immediately, they take the lead and you follow. Setting the pace is necessary if you want to dominate. This tactic is especially effective when used in flirting. However, you shouldn't always go about it this way. Don't use this tactic more than 3 times in a single conversation, and only when necessary. And definitely avoid telling a weekend story when your supervisor asks if you've completed your task. Here's a quick summary. Make an effort to approach the next conversation with the right attitude. Be the one to open the conversation by using open body language, gestures and body language. Speak more slowly, express your true thoughts, and touch the person you are talking to. Instead of bragging, mention your accomplishments in passing. Change the subject afterwards. And avoid always responding immediately to requests that are not relevant. Share the video with someone who might benefit if you liked it. Also subscribe to the channel to not miss new videos. Until next time, at MindSword.